Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tommy Zamp and I play guitar and get the lead out. And in these videos, I want to show you how I'm approaching some of these iconic guitar riffs from the one and only Mr. Jimmy Page himself. So today, we're going to take a look at Communication Breakdown. So in my opinion, Communication Breakdown is very much a punk rock song before punk rock was ever a thing. If you break all of these sections down, you'll see what I'm talking about. He was chugging out notes on an open low string like this. That's pretty heavy, especially for back then. It just has that punk rocky vibe to it, okay? So we'll go over the chords, and then we're gonna go over piecing them all together. So the first intro riff, you're gonna play the open E, and you're just gonna palm mute it and chunk it out. Just like that, do it again. All right, one more time. You see it right here? Watch my wrist. They're all downstrokes, okay? From there, if you listen to it, and I've listened to this 1,000 times, I really think the next two chords he's playing as an up stroke, then a downstroke, and then an upstroke. And the chords are D, which I play like this, A right here, and D again. But if you listen, I really think he's alternating. He's going up, he's going down on the A, up on the D. Now all together, and I'm doing this slower so you can try and play along with it. Try it one more time. And the chords, you're really concentrating on just these strings. Not so much the fifth string, that root note. It's really your D, G, and B string. Your D, G, and B. These your fourth, third, and second string. Now, that might be a little difficult to get those chord positions. You can see I'm using my pinky for that first D chord. To the A. Those are the shapes I'm making. For the D chord, A, D. And my right hand is going so that's the main riff, all right? That's the opening riff of the song. And if that position's a little difficult, you can always play it in your open chords. And you can still just chug a E5 chord down here. D, A, D. And do it down here. That's one of the best things that you can do as a beginner as well, is like learn the chords in alternate spots on the fretboard. And just because it doesn't sound like the record the way you play it there, now you're going to start to familiarize yourself with where those chord shapes are across the fretboard. So you're not just stuck to playing a D here or a D here. You can play a D like this. You can play a D like this. You can do it here. You can do it here. You can do it here. You'll learn all the different shapes, chord shapes, and sizes, and it'll eventually make you a better player. I promise, it will. So let's move on to the chorus section. So for that, we're playing an A bar chord, right? And it's very bluesy. It's gonna go. Let's try those chords again. So we're going to do your A bar chord, right? So let's take this position. Okay? Really only concentrate on these two strings for a majority of it. Your 6th and 5th string, your low E and A string. You could do that to get through it until you can start getting in that F sharp note to get that bluesy vibe. So if you want, here's a couple versions you could do it. You could just strum the 8th notes here. Move up to your 7th fret B position. You can add in an F sharp or that 6th to both those chords. So it'll be F sharp on your A and it'll be a flat on your B. Either way, it's that blues move everyone does. But we're gonna do it here. And we're gonna do it a lot faster, okay? So you ready? It's gonna go like this. The other thing you can do is you can add those stabs in there too, which is basically you're playing a 7 chord. So you're going to strum down across the strings and you're going to hit the whole chord on the stabs, and your middle finger needs to be holding down your major third on the G string. So in A, that's a C sharp. So you're going to be playing. Try that one more time. And then you do the exact same thing in the B position. You slide up to the 7th fret and you hit it again. So let's do the whole thing together with the stabs and everything. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Goes right back into that riff right there. It sounds to me, though, in that chorus, that it's all downstrokes, right? Some people play it like this. It gives it a little more kind of like a happy-go-lucky Beach Boys kind of vibe, if you ask me. But I think on the record, and I've been guilty of going back and forth too. It depends on where I'm at, how I'm standing. I think the proper way to do it is to downstroke the whole thing. You know what I mean? So let's do it one more time. We'll do it together, and we're gonna do it all downstrokes and the stabs. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the next section that comes up that's different than that is the guitar solo. So I'm not going to go over the solo in this video, but the rhythm section underneath it is another reason why this is a very much like a punk rock song to me, because he is just letting it thrash, man. It's pretty gnarly. So again, think about when this record came out. Punk rock was not a thing. So the chords, you're going to be playing an E bar chord right here on the 7th fret. The next chord, you're going to be playing a D and then an A. So 7th fret, E, slide everything down to the 5th fret for a D chord, as in dog. Then slide everything to an A. So in that position, the chords are like this, and it's all downstrokes again on the E chord. So if you listen to it, sometimes it's easier to play it but it's definitely all downstrokes on that first E chord. It's essentially the same as the opening riff, but you're replacing that low chugging E chord with the actual whole chord. Kind of opens up the song a little bit, and it gives more depth to the actual chords that are going on underneath the guitar solo as Jimmy Page is just completely shredding his face off. All right, some tips that might help you is how you're holding the pick. Some people like to hold the pick very close to the tip. I like to get somewhere in there in the meaty section, and it just kind of grazes off that string as you're going through that opening. If it's further away, it's harder to get. Find a spot and the placement on the pick that works best for you, and try different things. Some other people, they don't like to use the actual front part. They like to use the kind of the fat buddy end because it slides off a little bit more, and it gives a different it's definitely a different sound. You can hear the on the chords, so especially when you use the same picks that Jimmy used, the Holy Grails, you get a little bit of the scrape even on the high strings. So almost sounds like it's ripping the strings. It's pretty cool. Let me know if you can actually hear the difference in that, because I mean, I know I can, but I don't know if I'm just crazy. So let's go ahead, let's play along with the song again, and I'm going to let the first intro riff go through, and I'm going to go through the opening parts, and I'll go through the different sections of the tune. Up, down, up. Up, down, up. Alright, so here's the rhythm section that's being played underneath the guitar solo. Again, it's a lot of downstrokes. It's the same chord changes essentially as the opening riff and the verses of the song, but instead of just chugging out the low E chord, you're actually going to play the whole bar chord up here on the 7th fret. So let's go ahead. I'll play along with the record and we'll discuss in a moment. Okay, so in conclusion, some of these guitar riffs might be a breeze for some of you. Some of these guitar riffs might be a little more on the difficult side. But again, just take it for what it's worth. It's a great song. I mean, it's one of my favorites off the first record. It's like 2.5 minutes, smacks you in the face and keeps you wanting more. That's a hit song if you ask me. Now, if you're struggling with some of those bar chords, just remember, as long as you keep your dedication and you're persistent and you practice, things will get easier. So don't let a little frustration take you down. Stick with it. Trust me, it's a ton of fun. So guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please let me know. Let me know in the comments below if any of these tips that I'm telling you are helping you out. Let me know about your progress. I love to hear how you guys are evolving as players, what I can do to help you out. So make sure you leave me some comments below. I love to hear from all of you, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Hit me up on Instagram, and if you're coming to any Get the Let Out shows in your area, please let me know. I'd love to meet you after the show. Come out to the front of the stage and say hello if I have some time. And as always, guys, continue to be good to each other, and I'll catch you in the next video.